Hello and welcome to Barker Family Stadium. I'm Wyatt Wells. Joined alongside me today is Cole Johnson. There's nothing more exciting than a season opener, and Rollins looks to feed off that energy as high expectations entering the season, ranked 9th in the preseason and picked to finish 2nd in the conference behind only national runner-up Florida Southern. But tonight, it's number 9 Rollins versus 19 Tampa. And Cole, what are some of the players for Tampa that you think are really going to stand out today?
Well, you definitely have to keep an eye on midfielder Caroline Forrester. Last season, she started all 18 games for the Spartans and ended the season with 36 goals, 4 assists, and 34 draw control wins. She is one of their senior captains, so you definitely have to keep an eye out for her.
Absolutely, Cole. She's going to be a dangerous one. And for a team in Rollins that is returning so much talent, 27 players, one 3-time All-American, another 2-time All-American, 3 All-Regions, and 5 All-Conference. This is a pretty stacked team, but all great teams need to have a leader.
Yes, why they do, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that leader for Rollins is Callie German. She is so close to having the Rollins lead in career points. She is just 4 points away, so we have to keep an eye on that tonight. And she is averaging 4.31 points per game. She is 4th in career goals, 4th in career assists, and 1st in game-winning goals in a career. So I spoke with Coach Short before the game, and he mentioned just how her leadership and how her attitude just brings everyone else on the team to the next level. But he also said they ought to surprise a lot of people this season in how good they are, not just Callie German.
I agree with you, Cole. It isn't all about Callie German. Like we said, there are plenty of star players on this team. And, yeah, I got to talk to you. Yeah, we talked to Coach for a little bit, and he wasn't too inclined. He kept everything pretty close to the chest, which you can respect. But he's really looking forward to his season.
He's really looking forward to the season. He said, and I quote, "We're looking to beat everybody this year."
Beat everybody. Yeah, we also asked him, we're like, what's your team's identity? And said to score on the defense. And we're like, thanks, Coach.
To do things that the defense will not expect.
That is exactly what he said.
Sounds like a good plan to me. I don't know about you, Wyatt.
Yeah, absolutely. So going back for last year, just do a little quick recap. Rollins had a very good season, 14-4, 4-2 in conference, but lost to Florida Southern in the semifinals, 23-6. Florida Southern, like we said, won it all. Or no, Florida Southern won the conference, but came as a runner-up in the national championship. Now, even though they were eliminated from the semifinals, they were snubbed. A lot of Rollins fans and the coaches and the players felt like they were snubbed in last year's tournament.
I definitely agree. It's clear just by their national ranking this year at number 9 that they should have been involved in the tournament last year. It can be kind of a bit of a difficult situation for smaller Division II colleges to essentially get the recognition they deserve. With such despite the fact that Rollins is such a powerhouse program, they are still a small school, so it's kind of an unfortunate circumstance in terms of rankings.
Even though Rollins is a small school, like you mentioned, they are in the terms of powerhouse. I would say it's a very good team. They've done a great job in their 12 seasons. So I'm very excited for what this season will produce. We'll be going to the national anthem now, so please be patient. We'll return in a moment.
Frizzle. In goal, number 10, Bridget Sutter. Number 11, Brandon McCarroll. Number 12, Claire Swanson. Number 13, Rachel Crawford. Number 15, Abby Kokagna. Number 21, Alex Scandillo. Number 22, Danny Waters. Number 25, Allie Butler. Number 33, Maggie Gladden. And number 38, Kristen Staley. Tampa is coached by Ellie Gallagher. She is assisted by Peggy Kule and Dina Safari. And now the starters for your Rollins College Stars. A senior defender from Atlanta, Georgia, number 1, Lindsay Van. A junior midfielder from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 2, Nikki Stumpf. A graduate student from Mooresville, North Carolina, number 5, Rachel Baluki. A senior midfielder from Centerville, Maryland, number 12, Kathy Jordan. A junior midfielder from Columbus, Ohio, number 14, Lily Risk. A junior midfielder from New Hope, Pennsylvania, number 19, Maggie Doherty. A sophomore defender from Ambler, Pennsylvania, number 26, Megan Gross. A senior midfielder from Scarborough, Maine, number 29, Nikki Prince. A senior defender from Grosse Pointe, Michigan, number 32, Brooke Hathaway. A sophomore midfielder from Marietta, Georgia, number 35, Hannah Forbes. A senior attacker from Winter Springs, Florida, number 36, Paige Rock. And in goal for your Tars, a sophomore from Chalmont, Pennsylvania, number 19, Gabby Tanner. Rollins is coached by Jenna Short, and assisted by Tom Kinley, Mike Tobin, Chelsea Finicky, Jim Brock, and Chris Short. And now, fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem.
Barker Family Stadium. Just before time, we've got the lineups for you right now. For Rollins on the field, we have number 1, Lindsay Van Beck. Number 2, Nikki Stumpf. 5, Rachel Veloci. 10, Shannon Polk. Callie German. Lily Risk. Gabby Tanner. Maggie Dougherty. Megan DeGroat. Caitlin Prince. Brooke Ottaway. Hannah Forbes, and Paige Brock. Now, Cole, what are the lineups for Tampa?
For Tampa, we got number 6, Caroline Forrester. Number 9, Kristen Frizzle. Number 10, Bridget Sutter. Number 11, Carly Vaccaro. Number 12, Claire Swanson. Number 13, Rachel Crawford. Number 15, Abby Kokagna. Number 21, Alexis Cadillo. Number 22, Danny Waters. Number 25, Allie Poplar. Number 33, Maggie Gladden. And number 38, Kristen Staley.
Both sides are excited to get this game underway. We just saw Rollins as we were doing the whole lineups. Had a girl in there. They were throwing their sticks in the middle. They were all celebrating. So that's an interesting pregame little thing they got going on. Otherwise, on the other side for Tampa, it's all business-like, just coach talking to her. I talked to her in the start of this game, and she was very hesitant on giving me information, so I had to work a little bit, but she says she's very excited. There are 3 freshmen that are going to be playing a lot tonight.
Yeah, there should be a number of freshmen getting significant minutes, and it's interesting to see the future Tampa women's lacrosse.
And just now, before we get underway, keep track of today's stats and follow the play-by-play action live by visiting tarstats.com. Whether you follow on your computer, tablet, phone, or other mobile device, tarstats.com lets you view up-to-the-minute statistical action as it happens on the field. Just visit tarstats.com for today's game and then the list of live events. And you're ready to view the latest in-game live stats for Rollins Lacrosse. Stick checks have been done. Teams are ready. We are ready for the draw. Let's get this season underway, Cole.
I'm ready.
There seems to be a very anticipated and we're underway. Rollins wins the draw to start off. They're trying to move it up the field. Say Rollins right now, number 14, Lily Risk. Does it back off? Kelly German passes off to number 17. And right now they're looking over to get in the set. See, Tar's trying to move the ball around. Finding an opening, she switches. Being chased by 2 defenders and loses the ball. Rollins off the restart. Pass it to the top of the box. And no good. Tampa recovers it, trying to move up the field.
Tampa playing some nice zone defense on the other side.
We'll say subs trying to get on the field. Rollins, they've gotten into the box, and a flag, foul.
Rollins has already had a couple real quick substitutions just when this game started.
And Tampa trying to move the ball down quickly. They don't have a set time, only a 90-minute shot clock. But they're trying to get down the field quickly. They're pushing the ball. See, Tampa trying to cut on the inside. Rollins doing a good job of keeping them outside. Don't want them to get inside the zone.
Looks to be that Rollins playing a bit more of a
spin move off the go. And that's a miss. But it'll stay Tampa's ball.
Looks to me like Rollins playing more of a man-zone hybrid.
And in the middle, off the post. Tampa just tried to do a quick little dink in there, and it went right off the post. Rollins now pushing it up. And there was Claire Swanson on the attack. Misses, though. And now we'll go look for a clear. Tampa trying to set up as Rollins tries to get the defenders back on the field. Both teams, in the game of women's lacrosse, you substitute frequently. It's just like men's. You want to get your defenders and your attackers back on the field or off, depending on what possession you're in. And it'll be Tampa's ball. Loose push.
Excellent defense being played over there by Rollins.
Bonnie Sofer now gets it in. And she'll look to dip it out. Marina Longo trying to find something to set up. Risk now. Ball down behind X. And it's a goal! The first goal of the season. The start off Rollins gives them a 1-0 lead. That was Marina Longo, number 17, with her first goal of the season. My apologies, Lily Risk, number 14, starts Rollins off with that goal. And Lily Risk, last year all-conference alongside her friend Caitlin Prince. Those both were named all-conference last year. She's definitely starting out hot tonight. So as we await the draw. Rollins getting in it already, chanting from their bench. And the draw is won by Tampa as Tampa tries to push the field. Number 12, Claire Swanson, trying to get out to one of her teammates. She'll take it down behind the goal. Fakes a pass. And she'll take it up. And we have a foul on the play. Lizzie Pierpont. Polk awaiting in goalie. And it's a miss off the wide top by Pierpont. Rollins looking to push it upfield.
Great passing over here by Rollins.
Maggie Dougherty now. It's off to number 36, Paige Brock. Brock now trying to find something or someone to get it to, and we'll have another foul. Cole, what have you seen so far to have this game start out?
Well, I've seen some excellent defense being played on both sides, particularly from Rollins, trying to ensure just that Tampa can't get any good looks off. But even with that that last free shot off the foul over there, it was just a little bit high by Pierpont. She was one of the freshmen that the Tampa coach mentioned would be getting a lot of minutes this game.
Brock now, we're just waiting. They're trying to change something with the shot clock. That's why it took so long. It now is down from 90 seconds to 65. Rollins will still remain possession. Brock taking it to the left side of the field. Gets in the middle! And a beautiful spin move there by number 37.
Great
Caroline
defense.
Gastonguay. And that was a very pretty move. Sidearmed, which her coach probably is going to have a word with her, but you never want to go sidearm, even though most players, we do prefer to kind of take that shot. It adds a tiny bit more power that we think. Coaches don't believe that, though, most times.
We got a free shot lined up. Free position, excuse me.
And that's another miss, but it'll remain Rollins' possession. Rachel Veloci will bring it in. Callie German loses it for a second, but gets it back. German being bodied up by Tampa. Tampa being really aggressive coming out here, trying to make sure no one gets inside. German looking to find somebody.
Just some strong defense being played by Tampa right now.
And German is holding her nose. It appears she got hit in the face, but the refs are not calling it. The refs blew their whistle for a second, stopping her on the field, but they're continuing to go. And Tampa pushing it up. And then great defense there by Rollins to get back into it. It was a fast break, but Rollins recovered very well.
Excellent awareness to make sure they got back and into their defensive set.
They're going to push for it to the outside. Caroline Forrester now, the leader here for Tampa. Dumps it off. And there's a foul in the play. Free positioning. It'll go on Tampa. It'll go for Tampa. Maggie Gladden with the ball. Coaches the refs trying to get everyone out of the space. Gladden instead passes it off and go!
Excellent
Tampa
goal.
With a misdirection.
Very nice, just drawing off the defender with that last second pass. She was just able to dump it in at the last minute.
I was saying that was Claire Swanson with the goal assist there by Maggie Gladden, number 33. And Cole, that had me confused. I mean, Gladden looked like she had a wide open lane to get there. Well, most people in that situation would, but she dumps it off quickly to the X-Man. She brings up and gets that easy goal.
Excellent way to just dump off that last second pass.
So now we'll be back for the draw. Currently have 23 minutes, 53 seconds until halftime. Right now, 1-1, Rollins at Tampa here at Barker Family Stadium. We have number 16, Lizzie Pierpont, on the draw for Tampa. And for Rollins, well, Pierpont is in front of her jersey, so as soon as we get that number, we'll try to credit her. Well, considering they're chanting Maggie, I believe that is who is on the draw.
That is Maggie Dougherty.
Tampa now with the ball and trying to find space. Gets it back to her defenders.
Rollins just over here harassing them in the backfield.
Yeah, there's a wide open man over there, but I don't think they've seen it. Number 11. Claire Vaccaro was wide open, but they just couldn't see her. Pierpont. McNeil. And they're going to dump it back to X. It seems like Tampa's offense really likes to work on that backside.
Very much so. It just gives you a lot of options. You can see people trying to move in front of the net and just be able to find quality scoring opportunities.
Maggie Gladden with the fake, tries to go inside. Is going to just dump it back out now, and they're going to try again. McNeil has some space, but loses the ball. And that's going to be another free position there. So it seems like that foul gets called frequently. We'll see if they try to fake it to him now, or if they're just going to straight at him. McNeil tried to do a little double move, but just took it back outside.
Sometimes you just got to reset, Wyatt.
Carly Vaccaro now trying to shake her man. Has to dump it back off. And they're going to take it to X. She's going to try to shoot! And it's a save! Great job there by Shannon Polk. That had a little velocity on it. That was a great save. .22:03 now left until halftime. So they get out to Ada Field Ridley, trying to push up the field. Maggie Dougherty loses the ball, and Tampa gets it. Tampa looking to try to find an extra man, but ooh. I would say Kaylee Yang kind of got sandwiched there. Yang, number 20, had the ball, dumps it back off. And McNeil calling for it. Vaccaro is going to take it behind X. And dump it back off to McNeil. McNeil not finding anything. Gives it back to Gladden. Crawford now trying to find some room. Let's see if she draws her out. With a beautiful pass in the inside. And another save by Polk.
Great deflection there. Way to keep her eye on the ball. Make sure.
Now, for those of you who don't know, in women's lacrosse, the goalie, once she has possession of the ball, has 10 seconds to either decide to push it upfield or pass it to another man. But once she leaves that crease, Cole, she's free bait. I will say anyone can go after her. Granted, not like in men's lacrosse, they're not going to go physically try to hurt her, which most people do once a goalie comes out in men's. But once she enters that crease, she is not allowed to go back in it with the ball.
We got another free position over here, Wyatt.
And a just barely missed there by Rollins. Tampa trying to clear it now. Rollins showing the speed. Megan DeGroat was all the way down at the goal line and caught up with her at midfield. She's got some acceleration on her.
Rollins has got some really quality athletes on this roster, and it's going to be interesting to see their stamina going forward.
And great defense there in the middle by Rollins. We'll see if that goes into free positioning, but she had her right in the inside, got the ball in the stick, forced her to drop it. But yeah, it looks like it'll be a free positioning. You see they're continuously moving their stick. The ball carrier has 3 seconds to either switch hands with a movement or pass it to someone else, so that'll be a 3-second violation going to Rollins. Doesn't matter, though. Rollins gets it anyways. Another thing people might want to know, why people are getting so many possessions. Whichever team, if you are on offense, let's say Rollins on offense and shoots the ball. If they're the man who is behind the goal and gets to the sideline first, whether it be cross or anything, Tampa or Rollins, goes to that team no matter who shot the ball first. Rollins now trying to set up their offense. Brings it back down. Caroline finding issues there. She was double teamed.
Great inside pass.
Maureen Longo dumped it off, and I think another free position.
Another free position for Lily Risk.
I'll see, yeah, and that's the critical scoring area. So a lot of fouls get called in the critical scoring area off free positioning. That's what the thing is called. And a miss by Rollins off the post again. Tampa breathes a sigh of relief as they try to push the ball upfield once again.
Risk trying to get goal number 2 in this game. That would have been really nice. Oh, great defense.
And Rollins now trying to push it upfield. And it's a goal! Number 27, Hannah Ashton, with her first goal of the season.
If you saw Ashton with that spin move to put her back to the defender and then just come around and just use that momentum and just sling it right into the net.
Cole, didn't I tell you when we were here an hour early? I was like, "What? You watch that spin move?" I was like, these ladies, they love to go with that move. It is so hard to keep the ball on your stick unless you're like these ladies and you have plenty of years of experience.
Very much
But that
so.
spin move is one of the more safer moves in order to avoid having it fall out of your stick.
Just an excellent play. But I can tell you, both of these teams are bringing the intensity in the way they're playing this game. I saw them in warm-ups. Man, it was intimidating.
Taylor Kinley will be on for Rollins for the draw. And who else but Allie Poplar will take it off for Tampa. Again, 18 minutes, 51 seconds until halftime. It's 2-1 Rollins. Barker Family Stadium. And we have a stoppage. Say a lot of stoppage at play in this game, Cole.
It definitely feels that way.
Get connected with Rollins Athletics. Visit the new and improved rollinsports.com for the latest news and info, and check out the TAR Sports Networks for live video and audio broadcast as well as on-demand content. So the draw goes to Tampa. Rollins did a great job to negate that lane. Now trying to go across the box. They really like to take their stuff out from X.
Just gives them a chance to survey the whole field, Wyatt.
It also, it really messes up with the goalie because she has to focus on the... Oh, and there's a miss! She broke her ankles, had time, but who else but Polk to save it? She had her right there. Did a quick double move, got her on the ground, wide open with the goalie, but Polk did a great job to hang in there. But Tampa still has the ball, trying to tie it here.
Gabby Tanner's been playing excellent in the net today.
So maybe they're going to try to work it at X again. Wide open, number 12.
Great interception there.
And they're going. Rollins. Ridley. She's moving. Fast break. And Rollins not able to come up with the pass, but we'll see if they get this ground ball. They do. Getting it back to German. Callie, team leader, needs only 4 points to break Rollins' program record for scoring. We'll see if she can get that tonight. German again. Caitlin Young now. Back to German. Risk
over there directing traffic.
Risk and German just doing a little playoff bounce. And there's wide! She got past the defender, the crease man, number 8, Maddie McVicker. She did a great job of getting space. Just couldn't get it right there.
Even better job by Sutter over there to make sure that that goal opportunity went to waste.
Tampa trying to clear it. Rollins doing a great job on these clear defenses. Tampa constantly talking. And he almost slips right there. And they just missed. They were trying to get it to Caroline Forrester, who ran up in the middle to try to get a shot, but Tampa still has it. Tampa. Forrester. And that'll be Tampa ball. Although Polk wanted something to do about that. And another stoppage of play. Tampa really trying to cut in the middle. And Tampa tried to get a little too cute, I think, trying to dump it on the inside. Polk grabs it, though. Polk is out of the box. Tanner. My apologies on the goal. My apologies, Gabby. As I've been saying Polk and giving her all the credit this time. So that's Gabby Tanner in goal for Rollins. Let's say Tampa getting pretty excited. Their bench fired up.
They came in this evening super fired up. I think they're ready to try and make it 2 in a row.
And Rollins now turn to be happy as Tampa was forced out of bounds. These teams don't like each other, Cole. I would say I wouldn't really call it too much of a rivalry per se, but Rollins has been on the dominating end of the series. Rollins has a 5-1 lead, but last game left a bitter taste in Rollins' mouth.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Rollins lost to University of Tampa for the first time ever in their season opener last year.
That was a 6-10 win at Tampa. First time they beaten her. I remember talking to Coach for Tampa. She was very relieved to finally have a break a dent in Rollins' score on her series. And she's looking to keep the streak on for her team tonight.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that was their first win away from home. These teams have played 6 consecutive times in the season opener. This is only Rollins' 12th year, so that's half the time that this has been a program.
Callie German got a shot with this free position.
German! And she needs 3 more to break the record, but 1 will do for now. Again, 3-1 Rollins as we are 14 minutes away from halftime. Now, Cole, Rollins just scored again. 3-1 lead. This isn't like soccer, so goals aren't too difficult to come by. I would say there's a lot of high-scoring games in women's lacrosse. What do you think Tampa needs to do right now from what you've seen on the field to get back into this ball game and tie it up?
Well, it looks as if Rollins is just able to get deep in front of the net. So what Tampa needs to do is they need to deny those entry passes into the crease and just make sure that they're playing outside in defense. They don't want to inside out defense. They want to make sure that Rollins isn't able to get easy looks at the net.
Taylor Kinley on the draw. And the draw is won by Rollins. Rollins pushing it upfield. And she's going to play it safe and wait for the rest of her men or women to get there. Caitlin Young dishes it down. Maddie McVicker. German passes it inside, but gets a little lost in the cluster in the middle, and it'll be Tampa's ball. Bridget Sutter in goal for Tampa. Tampa moving the ball upfield. Almost violates the sphere. And they'll look to set it up. McNeil. Doesn't like what she sees, takes it back out. Pierpont now tries her time. Rollins player fell down, and great catch there. Nice save by Polk. That was a great catch by Tampa, but an even better save by Tanner. Sorry, not Polk. Rollins pushing it up. Goal! Number 5, Rachel Veloci. She gets her first goal of the season.
And that's point number 2 for Callie German with the assist on that play.
That's right. Just only 2 more points now in order to break the total. I forgot. Thanks for mentioning, Cole. Points aren't only on goals. And looks like we'll have a timeout here as Tampa looks to regroup. Rollins, however, pretty happy, and Tanner feeling herself a little bit as well. Rollins leads 4-1 with 12 minutes to go at Barker Family Stadium. Rollins Athletics would also like to thank its premier sponsor, Advent Health, for its support of Rollins Athletics. Advent Health is committed to caring for your whole person, health, mind, body, and spirit. Feel your best, play your best, feel whole. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Now, Cole, we were coming into this game a little nervous. Both of us don't have too much background in this sport, women's lacrosse. You have never played nor seen or heard of any of the lacrosse sports. Is that right?
I have actually seen lacrosse played on television.
Ah, you've seen lacrosse play on television. Okay, so you got ESPNU?
Definitely been watching some ESPNU, trying to make sure I was brushed up. But I can definitely tell just from being in this stadium and feeling the energy, this game is a lot of fun.
You said you were trying to brush up on ESPNU. What game are you watching, men's or women's?
I was watching men's.
Well, there's your first mistake. They are 2 completely different games.
Completely different games.
As you've probably learned from the start, say both games very different from each other. Women's a lot less aggressive. Say I myself have played men's lacrosse all my life, so I was very excited to be able to call this game. I played women's rules for a charity event between our team and the women's, and I got to tell you, it is much harder to play this sport than it is for men's. I would say we may hit each other, but that stick to cradle, that cross is impossible to keep a ball in. They make it look easy. They've had years of practice, but I'm telling you, anyone watching at home thinking it's not that hard, how about you try it for yourself?
I definitely have the utmost respect for these athletes.
I'll say be on the draw once again. I'll say if they didn't have sleeveless uniforms, we could maybe get a number on their side so we could see who's doing it. And it looks like Rollins wins the draw. Rollins not backing away from some aggression. But they're going to check back out and wait. German. Gives it to her man inside. Oh, and that was close. Had that not been called, I believe she would have scored there. She got right past her man. Instead, it'll be a free position. And a save.
Great defense played over there by Sutter.
Sutter, great job keeping that ball in front of her. Tampa now looking to try to move it upfield. Loses the ball. Tampa, great job trying to keep it out of bounds by hitting it, but Rollins recovers. Rollins loses the ball.
Getting harried over there.
You know, it is the start of the season. A few drops are going to get there. She gets past 3 Tampa defenders, though. And they're going to look to try to find some lanes.
I'd love to see anybody try and get a ball into a small cup. after having a bunch of people throw crosses in your face.
Yeah, I know. That's definitely hard to do. Paige Brock now.
Oh, that was a great pass inside.
Dipped it inside. What a beautiful pass.
Oh.
And another foul.
Looks like we'll get another free position here.
Say both teams have shot 10 times. Rollins, however, has been a little more accurate with 8 of them being on goal. Both teams are pretty high up in fouls. Rollins has 10. Tampa only has 9. Rollins. And a little too much juice on it as that sails over the goal. Rollins will regain possession, however. And Rollins. German, not looking to wait. Tries to dive into the, tries to go into the teeth of that Tampa defense. And that'll be a yellow card on number 16, Kernan O'Keefe.
It's Lizzie Pierpont, one of the freshmen that Coach talked about trying to get significant minutes.
My apologies, you're right, that is Pierpont. So we'll wait on the free position. German misses it. But Rollins, it goes out of bounds and it'll be Tampa's ball. 4-1 Rollins with 10 minutes, 30 seconds left till halftime at Barker Family Stadium. Tampa trying to get back in this. They want to continue their win streak, but for Rollins, they want to get it back on the other end. Tampa looking to clear. Gives it to McNeil. McNeil trying to get, and she's going to go out of bounds. Great job by Rollins there. Actually, never mind. They're going to get the ball. Great pass there. Vaccaro is going to pass it down. They're going to take it behind the goal. She's going to look for a crease, but great job by Rollins there to be physical and deny her. Rollins trying to double team her now, force her into a mistake. And it didn't work. She got past there, but great job by Tanner to save it once again.
Tanner's been on
and Tampa stops the clear, but it'll still remain Rollins' ball. Great job by Tampa to get in the middle of that pass.
Tanner's been on fire in the goal today, only allowing 1.
Tanner now. Ill-advised pass. They're going to try to get it. She's not in the goal. And Tampa capitalizes on Tanner's mistake. Announcer's curse, Cole. We were just talking about how good she's doing. You had to go and do that.
Evidently, I just messed it all up.
Cole, why? Oh, man. Tanner, though, that's nothing too bad. They're going to check her stick to make sure it was legal. The refs will often do that. They'll randomly stick check players who scored goals to make sure that their pocket isn't deeper. I was saying Tanner talking to her coach right now. Just a opening season mistake. Just get those jitters out. Ill-advised pass being intercepted. You just got to get back to that goal line.
One of the key things about being a goalkeeper in any sport, Wyatt, is having a short memory.
Absolutely, Cole. I was saying, I don't think she'll live this one very long. I'll say 4-2 now, Rollins. I'll say now, Rollins shots on goal with 13 compared to Tampa's 10. Rollins, however, of their 13 shots, 10 have been on target, while only 6 for Tampa have been. Back here on the draw. Ooh, and it got hit in the face right there. 2, 1. Tampa is now... I'm sorry, we failed to let you guys know Tampa was in a man-down situation due to that penalty earlier, and they have just regained that back. So they are now both the equal amount of players on the field. Kind of surprising, though, however. Like, that's very good. Tampa able to score a goal while man down.
Nice short-handed goal. Sometimes those are really hard. Those are really hard to come by.
And Veloci. Great pass in the middle. And a goal! Let's see. We'll see who got that goal. I believe it was Sammy Otimo, but we'll find out in just a second.
Sammy is a sophomore transfer from George Mason University. She played for them. She played 5 games for the Patriots and recorded her first collegiate goal last year against Richmond.
Well, now she has her first collegiate goal of the season here for Rollins. Give them a 5-2 lead. 8 minutes now until halftime here at Barker Family Stadium. And we're back to the draw. Tampa looking to grab it and cancel the momentum. Regain it back. That was lost so quickly. Taken by Rollins. And Rollins will once again win the draw. Pushing it upfield is Otimo, who just scored. Adamo. And now the offense just waiting around, not being too impatient. But they're going to try to go for it. In the middle. Another shot, second chance! And she, number 24, Taylor Kinley, was happy about that one. Throws her stick on the ground in happiness. That'll be her first goal of the season. And see, like we talked about at the beginning, Callie German, even though she is considered the team's leading scorer, and overall the offense, there are plenty of playmakers on this team, and that's why they're ranked so high coming into this preseason.
Definitely, and it's so great watching people play off of German. You have to pay so much attention to Callie German that sometimes you can lose track of all the other scorers that Rollins has on this team. It's very dangerous, and it'll come back to bite you.
I think that's something Tampa needs to realize, is that Callie German is not the entire Rollins offense, as German has only scored 1 of their 5 points. 6 points, I'm corrected. All have been by different players. German, Risk, Veloci, Adamo, and Kinley each have 1. On the other side for Tampa, Crawford and Swanson have a goal
Great
apiece.
defense by Rollins.
And McNeil is running. My apologies, that's Van Beck. She was sprinting. Van Beck now trying to sprint back across the field to get her other man into play. German. Double move. She's trying to go inside. And another goal! German with her second. And she's 1 point away.
1 point away from her day with history, and then we're still in the first half. Callie German just dives in and is able to just make that goal. Great play from Callie German.
And that's what a lot of people were telling us today. A lot were almost guaranteeing that German broke the record tonight. They expected it to do it They expected her to do it last season, but it just didn't come up short. Or it came up just only 4 points short, which has got to be a heartfelt feeling. But she'll look to end this one pretty quickly with only the first game of the season. She just needs one. Rollins all happy and dancing on their side. Tampa just stoic in a line as they try to figure out how to crawl out of this hole. 7-2 Rollins with 7:15 remaining, and it's getting ugly, folks. Caitlin Young for the draw on Rollins. But Tampa gets it as they look to push. And McNeil and Vaccaro come on field. McNeil now trying to find something, double move, and she gets hit in the head. The lacrosse head, that is, not her actual head. And she'll lose the ball, but it'll be free positioning again. Because it always is. This time, though, they do it from outside in the 16-meter, 12 meters, I am being told, area. Arc. Like I said, we're still trying to learn, folks. And we'll see if McNeil can take one for herself and get her first point of the game and of the season. McNeil instead will pass it off to Vaccaro. Vaccaro gives the Pierpont. Back to McNeil, then back to Vaccaro. She finds opening, and instead she'll take it down to X where she drops it off. And they'll try to attack again. That's number 38 for Tampa, Kristen Staley. And another foul and another free position for Tampa. There will be a penalty released in just a few moments after that foul. And I think McNeil went a little too quickly there off the free positioning. They instead move her into the 8-meter mark, and McNeil misses. Not misses, but saves by Tanner. Tanner. Great pass to push him upfield. Rollins will continue with it as Tampa got a little too physical. Otimo hits the ground hard but gets right back up. And that'll be a foul on number 11 for Tampa, Carly Vaccaro. And that's one they did not want to have happen, as Vaccaro has been one of their playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. Has yet to score, but has been dishing it around. And Rollins now with the foul, and Tampa will get the ball back. Tampa just getting a lot of breaks here when they're man down. They're going to try to push it. She thinks she has a lane. She's going to try. Tanner saves it again.
Great defense by Tanner.
This woman is on fire right now. We were talking about Kaylee German. We need to talk about Tanner. And Rollins now trying to add on to their lead with more than 5 minutes and 13 seconds left till halftime. German is going to take it back out again and see what her options are. She'll pass it down to Veloci. Veloci, double move. Switches hands, back to German. In the middle. Goal! Number 27. Hannah Ashton with the 1-2 punch.
And with that assist,
German has broken the record. Callie German Has she tied the record? I'm pretty sure she needed 4 to break it.
She only needed 4 to break it.
Only needed 4. Callie German.
Callie German has just broken the program's all-time points record. She only needed 4 going into it, and that was her 4th one right there. And we're still in the first half. This should be a real interesting game.
How many points does she have now? I believe she finished last season with 99, and now with that she would have around 103 points.
She has just broken Tyler Thomas's career points record, which was 223 overall points, 195 goals and 28 assists.
Well, I was way off on that math. But I can't say we didn't try. But congratulations, Kaylee German and her family. What a great accomplishment. Congratulations.
Tyler Thomas established that record in 16. And Callie German, only 3 years later, shatters it. And this is only the beginning of this season.
I will say it didn't take her that long to break the program record. Not even halftime. The first game. Got 4 minutes and 54 seconds left till halftime. And again, that was German's score was on a man down for Rollins. Another Rollins player gets hit in the face. That's number 14, Lily Riss. She just got hit right in the eye. Thankfully, she has that mask on. Oh, and the speed! Oh, but not the accuracy. Number 14, Lily Riss wanted to take it all the way. She had great speed, but just a little bit on the left side. Couldn't get it through. And for Tampa, Allie Poplar gets hit and will go to the ground, but she gets back up. Another penalty for Rollins. This will be Kaylee German. She'll be in the box. Not happy with that call. German will now be in the box, in the penalty box for the remaining 2 minutes, I believe. So now Rollins will act as man down. Poplar gives it to Crawford. 10 seconds until Rollins goes back and gets another man on. Rollins was 2-man down, actually, after that penalty. And Ridley rushing in there to try to defend. And just a barely miss off the chest of Tanner. And it'll be Tampa's ball. Tanner now pushing it upfield. Lily Risk, we know she has the speed as we saw earlier. Does she want to do it again? She tones back the burners. And they'll set up another play. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining until halftime. 8-2 Rollins in the season opener against the Tampa Spartans, ranked number 19th. German has just under a minute left until she can get back on the field with her teammates. But until then, Veloci is going to try to help out. And she does, as she assists. Number 36, Paige Brock with her first goal of the season.
Able to make that, and a man down is even more impressive.
I feel like there's been, majority of these goals have been on the opposing team's man down. Rollins is 2-man down, scores a goal. Tampa, man down, goes scores a goal.
That's the best time to be aggressive. People aren't expecting it.
No, but the point is you need more people. The defense is an extra man. How does that happen?
Coach said do things the defense wasn't prepared for.
Looks
like Rollins is doing that.
I guess defense wasn't prepared for a man down and wasn't ready to cover, put an extra defender on a man. But no German, no problem for that series as Rollins adds on to their lead. The draw, which has been mostly won by Rollins. Is won by Rollins again. 30 seconds until the man down is no more. But they're not going to care about that. They're going to try to score again. They gave it to Caitlin Young. German, 7 seconds so she can come back on. But she won't come back on. Instead, she'll be replaced by number 24, Taylor Kenley. Kenley, who had a goal earlier. And that's a miss by Rollins. That was a lazy shot. Better hope coach didn't see that, or you're gonna get yelled at in practice. Rollins looking at X, trying to beat her man. And that's another goal!
Great pass over the net.
And hang on, was that Brock's second goal?
I believe so.
That was. Paige Brock has her second goal of the day. Brock now, man, like I'm telling you, whichever team is on man down is going to score. And that's got to be really deflating for Tampa. You know, how frustrating is it to have an extra man or extra 2 men on defense and still get scored on?
I mean, it just shows that you can never take anything for granted when you're playing this game. It doesn't matter, man down, 2 man down. The fact still remains is every person in this game is dangerous for a reason.
And the stats show it. Rollins has taken 20 shots on goal compared to Tampa's 14. But out of those 20 shots, 17 have been on target for Rollins. Only 8 have been on target for Tampa in their 14. So Rollins is having a really good percentage on their shots on goal. Let's say Tanner actually has less saves, technically, than Sutter with 6. But so far, I'd have to say she's the game's MVP right now. And Tampa snaps the streak and tries to and gets a draw going their way. We'll see if they can make anything of it before halftime here. We got 2 minutes left. 10-2 Rollins here at Barker Family Stadium. Forrester tested it out but says no thank you. And Swanson, I believe, should have just taken that shot. She got past her man very easily but tried to be a little too cute and dump it out again. Ross will have the free play, however. Swanson. Ooh, and that's a real backbreaker right there. Swanson loses the ball as it gets knocked out of the head of the cross, but it's picked up by another Tampa player who only misses wide left with no one paying attention. That's got to hurt for Tampa. And Rollins now, they're having no trouble moving up the field. Caitlin Prince now trying to get on some of that action. Paige Brock. We know what she can do right now. German is back out there as well. They're trying to get it to German on the inside, and it's intercepted.
Great interception.
Tampa. Oh, my God. The speed on Rollins is just ridiculous. Rollins is destroying the athleticism. But it doesn't matter. Tanner lets in a goal. Tampa scores with 1:20. I apologize. Our clock is very, very slow. 41 seconds left until halftime. And that's a much-needed goal for Tampa as they go into halftime with at least something good. That was Maggie Gladden with the assist on Swanson. Gladden with her first goal of the season. And we're back to the draw. Can Tampa make it 2 for 2? Or Rollins continue to dominate the controls? Right now it's 8-5, Rollins on the draw controls. Not too big of a difference, but enough to notice a difference in the scoreboard. And Rollins will continue their winning ways and get another draw. Bad pass there, however, as it's picked up by Tampa. But Rollins, they're sprinters. She's right behind her. Piper, her trader trying to get something going. In the middle. There's nothing. 9 seconds left. 5, 4, and they're just going to let this clock run out till halftime. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We are through one half of play at the season opener today. Number 9, Rollins Tars versus number 19, Tampa Bay Spartans. And right now, our score is 10-3. Cole, you want to give us a little bit of a first half analysis of what you saw?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, it's been a lot of Rollins being able to get right in front of the goal, being able to make great shots. You've got players such as German with 2 goals, Brock with 2 goals, and Ashton also with 2 goals. I'm telling you, these ladies are on fire, and they're looking to start off their season hot.
There's a reason why there's so many All-Americans, All-Conference players here on this Rollins team. They are a dangerous team that's going to look to make a dent this season.
Most definitely.
And for that, we'll be back at halftime. Currently 10-3 Rollins here at Barker Family Stadium. We'll be back after half.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Everyone from the Princeton Review to Condé Nast Traveler regularly ranks Rollins as one of America's most beautiful college campuses. Zoom in, though. Take, for example, our conference-style learning environment. Consider the dozens of high-end laboratories and collaborative workshops. Drop in on the professional performance venues where our student artists hone their crafts. Stroll by the courts and playing fields where our student athletes develop lifelong leadership skills. Take a closer look at Rollins, and you'll realize our beauty runs deep.
Hello and welcome back to Barker Family Stadium at Cahal Sanspur Field. I'm Wyatt Wells, joined alongside us, Cole Johnson.
How's it going?
We got a great game right now so far for Rollins, that is, as it is 10-3 Rollins Tars against the Tampa Bay Spartans. Cole, just give me a couple things that you saw in that first half and something Tampa Bay needs to do to move forward.
Well, I can definitely tell you that no matter what sport it is, defense wins championships, and Rollins definitely played excellent defense all game long, especially from their sophomore goalkeeper, Tanner. She already has twice as many saves as she had all season last year.
She's been killing it.
Excellent on defense.
.667%. She's allowed only 3 goals, 6 saves. She's been having a night. Both teams switch sides of the field now. Rollins Tars. Ooh. And it looks like Ridley had a little bit of a stinger there, slow to get up. Those sticks hurt. I will say, you don't know how many times I've been hit with a lacrosse stick and have felt it for the next week. Tampa coming out aggressive, and a goal! Tampa starts off the half like they want.
That's exactly what Tampa wanted coming into this half. They wanted to establish the fact that they are not, by any stretch of the imagination, out of this game. So great job by Tampa to stay in there. That mental toughness is so important in these games.
And now it's 10-4 Rollins still. That was by Kristen Staley. That's her first goal of the game.
That's her second goal of the game.
Second goal of the game. Congratulations. I will say, well, look, a lot of players, especially for Rollins, have 2 goals. We got German, Brock, and Ashton. We'll see if any of those ladies can make a hat trick tonight. Although, based on the first half, I'm sure that is guaranteed.
And if you're just joining us, Callie German has just broken the career points record set 3 years ago by Tyler Thomas. So congratulations again to Callie German.
How many points did she have?
So Callie German now has 224 points as opposed to Thomas's 223.
Dang, that's a lot of goals and points. And it's going to go Tampa's way as Rollins gives it up. Tampa now trying to move the ball. Danny Waters. Well-defended pass by Rollins, and Rollins will get the ball. Whoa, that was a little bit close to the head there in that sphere area. Ridley. Pass it off. They're going to try. And it's a goal.
Excellent comeback by Rollins.
27, number 27, Hannah Ashton.
That is her third goal tonight. That's
hat trick.
Everyone whip out the hats and start throwing them on the field because Hannah Ashton has a hat trick.
Well, it didn't take long for our analysis to come bad. Normally, I can't guarantee stuff in my life, but hey, got you on that one, guaranteed. Let's see, 11-4 Rollins now, only 2 minutes into the halftime, or into the second half.
Honestly, just the way Hannah Ashton just sprinted all the way up the field, that is one thing that you have to make sure every time you are playing any type of sport where there is a lot of running, you need to make sure you are always better conditioned than the other team.
You're talking about better conditioning. Rollins seems to have better athletes on everything. Rollins has closed the gap so many times on fast break opportunities. And that'll go on Rollins off the draw. But Rollins, so many fast break opportunities have been negated. As Rollins already gets to the other side of the field on offense. But like we were saying before, fast breaks are negated based on the athleticism of these women. I would say they are speedsters. Ridley, in fact, is, I think, one of the quickest. And turnover there by Rollins, picked up by Sutter for Tampa. And Tampa going to try to move it up. She's got a woman, but she misses it. But she's bailed out by Rachel Crawford. And Tanner now out of the goal. Makes another errant pass. Let's see if she can get back in the goal.
She got back. She got set.
And a miss on Tampa. That'll be Rollins' ball, although that was great hustle by Tampa just a second earlier, and that would have been Tampa's ball. Again, talking about position-wise, if a team shoots the ball, whatever girl is closest to the side, the in line to that ball, that could be stick as well. Stick counts, by the way. Then it's awarded that team's possession, no matter who shot it out of bounds. And that's the only case. It's when they shoot the ball. Claire Swanson will take it for Tampa. Swanson showed a little bit of fake of speed. She's going to try to go in. And it bounces off Tanner's stick and into the goal. Tanner had it at the beginning, but it bounced out of her stick and into the back of the goal. Swanson now with her first goal of the season.
If you saw Swanson kind of hit her with a little stutter step, which
She
opened
did.
up the lane wide open. And got her straight to the net for an easy, easy bucket.
And Tampa now, after that goal, is making a goalie change. That's number 36, Taylor Sisk, the 5'2" junior from Perry Hall, Maryland, transfer from UNBC, is going to get her first action of the night. Sutter comes out with 11 saved goals. Actually, my apologies. 11 allowed goals, 7 saved with a 3.89 or a .389 percentage. Just as a way to compare goalie stats, Tanner, on the other hand, has only allowed 5 goals and has saved 6, an average or a percentage of .545. And Rollins now. Risk, looking for a woman. Try to get it to. Risk. Dumps it off. Veloci tried to get in the middle and was met feverishly with a Tampa attack. Kaylee German tries it out herself. Dishes it to the X. German looking at it again. German. Pass in the middle. And that'll be a foul.
Another free position coming up.
Free position there. Another Rollins. That'll be Lily Risk taking it. Let's see if Risk can get her second goal of the night. Risk. And that's no good. A save there by number 36, Taylor Sisk, to start out the night.
But way to get back to it right after the rebound.
Normally, when teams notice a goalie change, they're going to go attack him right at him. Goalie, even though it's been warm-up, game speed is completely different from what you see in warm-up, so they're going to try to shoot early and often, I'd like to say.
You're going to try and rattle the new goalie.
But Tampa doing a great job on defense. And a physical defense by Tampa.
Excellent defense.
It's Tampa now, but the speed of Rollins closing in.
The closing
Lily
speed.
Risk
The closing speed.
gets
of
it
these-
back. Oh, but gets domed. And she'll be on the ground, but Risk is going to get right back up and take it.
The closing speed of these Rollins players is
Ridiculous.
definitely a sight to behold.
I haven't seen in the soccer games we covered, or at least I covered, I didn't see any dude who was faster than this. This is a whole different kind of speed I'm seeing. Rollins moving it back to the X. They're going to try to find someone up top. Tampa applying the pressure. German, double move in the middle. And who else but Paige Brock with her third goal of the night. Paige Brock.
That's 2 separate hat tricks for Rollins tonight. It's turned out to be that kind of a night for Rollins.
And you just so far can't get a better season opener than with Paige Brock at 3 goals. She's got to be very happy right now. It is currently 12-5, Rollins, 24 minutes left. Now I want everyone to keep in mind, if Rollins manages to get within 10, so let's see, it would be 15-5 if Tampa doesn't score anymore. They automatically go to a running clock. So that's something to keep in mind as Rollins continues to build this lead. On the draw here, we have number 16, Lizzie Pierpont. And on for Rollins, Maggie Dougherty. And Dougherty comes away with it.
Excellent play by Dougherty.
And she pushes up the field.
With draw control, it's really just about who wants it more. And Rollins has 13 draw controls as compared to Tampa's just 6.
And that's really reflective on the scoreboard. You see Rollins really controlling the ball and getting more points because of it.
And Lily Riss has got another free position over here.
Risk at the free position. We've seen this before. It ended a Paige Brock goal, but we'll see. Risk. Oh, and in and out as it bounces off the pipe.
Well, that's not what you want. It's always got to be really frustrating.
They're going to get another chance, though. German. Oh, and she got a good beat on the inside. But the physicality of the Tampa defense pushes her to the ground. It'll remain Rollins' ball, however.
Oh, it looks like we don't know. This is
free position. Man, I don't think I've ever seen a foul called so often. And Rollins. Tampa has 4 free position saves compared to Rollins' 9. But Rollins has at least 1 goal off the free position. And they're going to get it back again.
Great deep. Oh. Another free position for Callie German. That's got to be a terrifying experience for a fresh goalie.
Absolutely. But she isn't rattled by it. Oh, spoke too soon. I wouldn't say that was rattled. I'd just say that was good play on the offense. And we'll get that goal in just a minute. It was a big pile of bodies in there, so we'll try to figure out who had it.
Rachel Valuki on that one. Great play.
Just had her stick checked. For those y'all just joining us, most refs will check a player's stick after a goal to make sure it's not illegal. For women's, they can't have a pocket underneath their that goes underneath the side of their head, their sidewalls or the heads, in order to keep the ball from just being harder to control, which is actually different from men's lacrosse. Here, and we got one in the booth right here. I know you guys can't see it, but I'll show Cole. This pocket's really deep, and it's really you mess around with it. I work on all sorts of tricks during the off season with it when I used to play, but because of the physicality, both games change both sticks change because of how physical each game is. Men's a lot more physical, you get hit a lot, so your stick, you need a little more, or the ball's gonna be flying out all the time. Here, you don't really have to worry about that too much, and that's where you see that. Tampa wins the draw, and they're gonna try to take it.
It's a bit of
Swanson.
It's a bit of a change of pace for Tampa to win the draw.
Swanson dishes to the outside, and they get in the middle. And right there, Carly Vaccaro adds on to her as soon as we find it. No, that was her first goal of the season. Congratulations, Carly, on your first goal. I'll say, but, Tampa not going away. Rollins has done a really good job of putting the scoring hurt on them, but Tampa is hanging in there.
Definitely. And I think with the ball being on Tampa's side for so long, I think Tanner could have possibly gotten a little bit out of it.
And for Tampa, that was their third goal of the half, which matches already their third goal of the entire first half. And it's only been 7 minutes into this second half. So right now, Tampa doing something, making some pretty good adjustments there at halftime. Dougherty will not win the draw this time. It's Tampa again, and they're going to try to keep on their scoring ways, but not before they're stopped, but then started again. I swear, the stoppage of play happens so often in these kind of games. Crawford now takes it back behind goal. Going to try to find a lay to go on the inside to dish it to. Or she's going to take it herself. Crawford! She misses, but it'll retained by Tampa. 22 minutes left. Claire Swanson will take it in. Swanson. She wants it. She's got it.
She did it again.
Swanson.
And they've got and it looks like a foul was called in the play as well.
Now we'll see if they went. We'll see if Swanson entered the crease, which if you enter the crease on in any goal, even if you dive over, for instance, and you still land in that crease, it does not count as a goal. But it looks like due to just the stick check, it's not that. We'll try to figure out what there was on there. Tanner allowed her just sixth goal of the night. And like I said, Tampa coming back.
They will not go away. Like I mentioned earlier, that mental toughness is so important. When you get down big, you refuse, but you still refuse to lose.
And Rollins will take a timeout in order to regroup. And Tampa, nothing but celebration and cheers as they realize they got their momentum and possibly this game back in reach. We'll see. So Cole, Tampa has come out with a flurry of points, already scoring more in the first 10 minutes of this half than they did the entire first half. What do you think they've changed differently?
I think they've just been a lot more aggressive on offense in terms of, but also making sure they look for good shots. But if you notice, they're not taking as much time to set up on Rollins' side of the field. They are taking the shots that come to them. They're diving on the inside, and they're just taking whatever comes to them at that moment.
I see what you're saying. So they're not really setting up plays or they probably are because we don't know. But like they're not really using a lot of time off their shot clock. They're kind of just going in and doing their thing.
I think they're taking advantage of any opening that they can get, whether that be early in the shot clock or late in the shot clock, and I think that's important.
That's very important there, Cole. Right now as the Tars try to keep home field advantage on their side as they have never lost to Tampa at home. Their only time they lost to Tampa was last year in the season opener where Tampa won
I think
6.
I think Rollins needs to dig deep and feed off the energy of this home crowd and then assert their dominance right back in this game.
And Rollins need to take advantage of every home opportunity they have. It's a very short season from what we're covering so far, as there's only going to be 6 home games here at Barker Family Stadium. They'll go on the road 7 times, and they'll go head up to Maryland in the later half of the season for 2 neutral site games. I would say 22 minutes now here at Barker Family Stadium till the game is over. Right now 13-7. Number 9, Rollins leads number 19, Tampa. But Tampa not giving up yet as they have the ball and are looking to add a little more. And they have an opportunity. Rollins, sideline.
Sideline chance. Hey, whatever you can do to get your defense fired up, you gotta say it. Didn't seem to work in that case as Tampa makes another goal.
You're right, Cole. Another goal by Tampa, and there's starting to be nervous stutters around in the crowd. And Rollins isn't too happy right now as they just stare and seeing their lead be cut short. Tampa, all the momentum on their side right now.
Most definitely, Wyatt. It's Rollins definitely does not want this lead to slip away.
Lizzie Pierpont will take the draw for Tampa. And who else but Taylor Kinley will take it for Rollins. Right now, Rollins controls the draws 13-8. But Tampa has been making a push as of late. Rollins actually has more turnovers, 15 to only Tampa's 10. Rollins cheering on Kinley. And Rollins gets it. It'll be Ridley. Ada Field Ridley going down the field, showing her speed. She might want it all. She's going to look for a man, though. It's German. And German shot is off target as we try to set up the clear here for Tampa. And it'll remain Tampa's ball, and coach is not happy with that on Rollins. Tampa now. McNeil takes the ball to X. Seems like both teams really like to try to find open space and move their offenses around the X point.
Gives you a little bit of time to set up. Also, like I said earlier, gives you a good view of the field.
And there's a wide open man! Ball got to her a little too late, though, as number 33, Maggie Gladden, was open on the crease, but couldn't get to it in time. What an inside pass and a goal by Tampa. And Tampa is absolutely losing it on the sideline right now, as they've right now brought that score now 13-9.
It's definitely stormed back here in the second half. And I got to say, I think Tanner might be a little rattled right now.
I'd have to say so, too. Tanner not right now in her comfort zone. She's right now allowed 8 goals, has saved 7.
She's clearly upset.
Sisk on the other end, the new goalie, is allowed 2 and saved 2. And Rollins starting to feel a little uneasy now, but plenty of time remaining, 20 minutes. Taylor Kinley, once again, will take the draw for Rollins. Kinley almost had the ball. But Rollins gets it anyways. It'll be Ridley. Field Ridley. Rollins now trying to set up. Looking for any open space. Pass on the inside. And it's saved. Saved by Taylor Sisk.
Great save by Sisk over there.
Oh, but instead it's now Rollins who has the ball. Coach noticed something immediately and was trying to tell the refs. And Taylor Kinley right now getting her hand taped up by some of the medical staff over there.
So if Rollins wants to assert themselves back in this game, they definitely have to focus again on winning the draw controls as this free position is set up over here.
And the coach for Tampa is trying to figure out why that wasn't a free clear, or why that was a clear for Tampa, instead a free thing for Rollins. Nice. Able to corral that ball. was Marina Longo, and that was not a easy catch. Nikki Stump now. Tries to go in the teeth of that defense, but loses the ball. Tampa trying to rake it out. And there's some frustration there you see from the Rollins players. It'll be Tampa's ball, it looks like. Scratch that, Rollins. Minor foul committed by number 21 on Tampa, Alexa Scudillo, and she will have to be 4 meters behind. And Rollins, another free position, as this time Abby Kokagna gets in her way. And it goes over the head, but back to Rollins. Sisk trying to keep the man in front of her. Rollins really working it to the X. They're trying to confuse Sisk. She's got to focus on the player in front of her, but not seeing what the cuts are made behind. And another foul by Tampa. It'll be another free position. We'll try to give you all an explanation on the foul and what's been happening with these free positions in just a moment, as soon as we get a little bit away from the action, as the ref is talking to a Rollins player right now. And another miss by Rollins, but they'll still have it.
You know, I gotta say, Tampa's pretty lucky there's no foul-out rule in women's lacrosse.
Well, there's actually, you can foul out via player with 5 fouls. It just never happens. Rollins! And coach frustrated, asking her team why they're doing this right now. They had such great momentum coming in, only to keep hitting themselves on the foot there. There's only 5 seconds on the shot clock, though. 3 seconds, middle, and it's a goal! Number 27, Hannah Ashton.
Hannah Ashton, that's her 4th goal tonight. She is absolutely killing it today.
And the 5-center junior out of Berwyn, Pennsylvania. Again, like Cole said, 4 goals, or 5th, right?
That is her 4th goal tonight.
4th goal tonight. And with 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock, that inside pass is what needed to be done. And that seems like how Rollins and Tampa have been really choosing to attack both defenses, is with inside passes, girls in the middle, getting quick shots to the goalie who's not expecting it.
Definitely making sure that all the shots that they get are high quality. They're trying to avoid any outside shots as much as possible.
And yeah, you don't really, I don't think we've seen a single outside shot from deep from any team.
Everything has
here.
been pretty much right there at the net.
And that really has to do with their stick. Like we talked about earlier, their stick is so shallow, it's really hard to wind up without the ball just flying. Rollins wins another draw, 14-9 here with 18 minutes to go at Parker Family Stadium. Wyatt Wells alongside Cole Johnson.
I thought, and you notice as soon as Taylor Kinley started taking the draw controls for Rollins, the draw control victories have kind of started piling up for Rollins.
Kinley's done a good job to keep that in there, keep the possession for them. And Rollins, a lot at stake for them this season. They have very high expectations coming in. As Nikki Stumpf tried to go into the teeth of that defense, decided to back out and let another girl try. They're going to work from X. And there's a wide open shot. And it's a goal! Number 14, Lily Risk.
You got to keep an eye on Lily Risk. She's such a speed, so she can get in and out of that zone as fast as just about anybody in this league.
Any defense looking at scouting reports, Lily Risk is a risk to score. And that was an assist there by number 37, Caroline Gastangwe.
And again, I just want to applaud the mental toughness for Rollins after dealing with that shelling they got from Tampa to start off this half. Definitely staying strong and staying tough and making sure that Tampa wasn't able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
I agree, and Tampa trying to get a little more control in this series as Rollins leads at 5-1 with that one loss coming last year in the season opener, but at Tampa where they, with the Spartans won 10-6.
And with a foul on that goal.
There's a fast break here. They're going to try to get it off. It's another goal!
Paige Brock.
Paige Brock.
Paige Brock gets goal number 4 as well. They're filling it up here in Winter Park.
I was saying, that is insane. Brock has been killing it tonight on the inside. Brock, her stick check for the 4th time to add on to her 4th goal. Rollins starting to feel themselves a little better. Lily Risk getting all the attention from her teammates as she comes back onto the bench.
And you wouldn't know it because the score is so different, but actually both Rollins and Tampa have scored the exact same amount of goals in this half. Both have scored 6.
Yeah, Tampa has doubled their scoring in way less time than they even had for a half last time. I think it was just feeling each other out, trying to get the game settled down, see what each other's game plan was, as Tampa is now going to try to push the ball.
Big draw control for Tampa to attempt to
Crawford in the middle! And just barely misses on the outside.
A great save.
Great save
Tanner.
there. Sorry.
Long
Cole.
clear.
Yeah, Tanner with a great clear there. They weren't able to get it, but they got it back on the ground. Hannah Forbes. Rollins subbing in their offense.
Callie German just checked back in after getting a pretty decent spell on the sidelines.
Marina Longo now will have her turn with the ball. She'll give it to Nikki Stumpf. Back to Longo, sorry. Dishes it down inside to the X. They're going to look for the corner. And she tried to come around that crease. But Susk wasn't having any of that. Tampa now trying to clear up field. Great pass there. Claire Swanson now looks to take it down. Swanson. We'll give it to Vaccaro. Down on the X. And another goal by Tampa.
Getting right back in this game.
And we'll see who that player was in just a moment. It's so hard to see who scores. I mean, there's like 11 players in the box.
And as soon
Constantly.
as they score, all the other players just gather around them.
It also seems like every celebration I've seen has been them flexing and then throwing their stick on the ground.
Hey, when you get hyped, you get hyped. You just can't help it sometimes.
I would say you wonder if there's any celebration penalties like they do in the NFL. And now back to the draw. A new player comes in for Rollins. Maggie Dougherty will have her chance now.
Dougherty already has 5 draw controls on the night. She's looking to add their total.
The thing that's always crazy watching draws is the fact that, like, they mirror face-offs in men's lacrosse, which is a men's lacrosse face-off is compared to a women's draw. They put their sticks right in the center of the ball, the exact same, except it's in the air and they throw it upwards, kind of like a tip-off in basketball. For men's, you just get down and dirty, and you're wrestling with that guy in the pile.
Great fight for that draw, and Claire Swanson just starts booking it down the field.
And that'll be a free position for Tampa. And we'll talk about the free position right now while we have time. So inside the area before the crease is called the critical scoring area. It's a 15 by 15 side and a 9 meter behind the goal. But anyways, the foul, free positions, we'll see here. Another goal by Tampa. And we'll talk about that free positioning in just a second. But Claire Swanson.
Tampa will not go away. They will not go quietly into this night. They are definitely showing that they're not going to back down from anybody.
16-11, Rollins here at Barker Family Stadium. 15 minutes and 13 seconds left until the game. But anyways, back to the free positioning, because it's happening so often. So many goals are coming from it. Well, actually not that many. Only 2 have come from free positioning, from one for either side of the team. But in free positioning, in that zone that you see, it's called the critical scoring area. A player cannot directly be in front of the attacking player inside the scoring zone, or it'll be called for that free possession. That's what a lot of these have been. So if you are running towards the goal, you as a body, a person, cannot be in front of that person. You have to get them. You have to allow them a clean lane to get there. But it's not like you can just let them walk to the goal. As Rollins gets another draw, they're going to look to push it upfield a little more. And that'll be a foul on Tampa, number 21, Eden Cook. Anyways, back to the free possession. You cannot get in the way of an attacking player if you're on the defense. However, if you attack them from an angle, like try to defend at a side and not be directly in front of them, then it's okay. You can put your stick in front, you just cannot put your body, and that's what a lot of these players are being called for. It is early in the season, and Coach will try to definitely explain that a lot more. They'll be working on it in practice, because those are dangerous points that you don't want to give the other team. German. Just a little shot fake.
But on the other hand, Wyatt, you definitely. And we've got another.
There's another foul there by Tampa.
You got to make sure you can convert these free position points.
Really, and it doesn't seem like it's that hard to. You know, like they're right in front of the goal. You sprint. The ladies aren't in front of you. Like you would think it's a lot easier than it looks, but it's very difficult.
It's very difficult. I tried to take some shots on a hoping goal earlier and failed miserably.
And that was with a men's stick. So you had a lot bigger pocket, buddy. I want to see you. Maybe after the game we can get one of the girls to give you a stick. I'll see you if you can throw it. Because it's a challenge.
And
when we played the women's team, they beat us.
And let me tell you, I will probably again fail miserably. But we got another free position over here.
And it'll be man down as Tampa shouts out their call for a man-down situation called lockdown. It'll be a free position for number 8, Maddie McVicker, but man down for Tampa for at least 2 minutes. And that was number 25 with that foul, Allie Poplar. Rollins now. And Rollins, after stoppage of play for just a moment, will continue on. Rollins had space. Elected not to shoot for it, go. Oh, bad pass there, but German bails him out and gets the ground ball. Passes him in the middle, but it's intercepted. 21. Eden Cook, who had the foul earlier, saves what could have been a goal for Rollins. And Tampa now looks to push it upfield. 13 minutes to go. Number 9, Rollins, leaving number 19, Tampa, 16-11. Rollins has it now.
You better watch it. You know they're fast.
Van Beck had space. 1:26 on the man down for Tampa. They'll have to survive for that long. Less than a minute now. Rollins, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive while they're man up. As they lose the ball, and you gotta go for that ground ball. You were jogging way too easily there. There was more fight for Tampa there, especially.
But they might be able to get it right back.
And they do. Rollins, shaky pass, doesn't matter. German, who else has the ball? And he'll dish it out. They got on the inside. Oh, and it just goes off. That's what I'm talking about, Cole. That's what happens. Most of the time when I have a women's stick, what she just did, tried to do a quick little knock in the goal, the ball's just going to flip right behind you.
Well, we got another free position.
I would say. And a goal.
And Hannah Ashton has her 5th goal of the night. She is killing it today, Wyatt.
Hannah Ashton is having herself a game. There are plenty of players on both sides of the ball, especially for Rollins, though, who are having great games.
And remember how we were talking about how they need to start converting on these free
the
positions
free
a lot more.
I would hate to be a goalie just in that position. That's like a soccer free kick almost. Like, you're just right there. That ball hurts, too.
It's got to be terrifying, but with that free position, Rollins is now 2 of 12 for free position shots, while Tampa is only 1 for 5.
And that's a big thing. The fouls for Tampa right now is we'll see. Is there a foul? Oh, yeah. Right now. Oh, my gosh. Tampa has 32 fouls compared to Rollins' 20. Draw controls. Rollins leaves 17-10.
Maggie
Make
Dougherty.
that 18-10 as Rollins gets another. And they look to push the ball.
I think Maggie Dougherty just got draw number 7.
Sarah Bell now in the game. And Megan Singleman. Passes it off. Valachi. And another inside pass. Saved by Rollins, however. Gets it back. Veloci. Looks to go on the inside. It'll be free positioning once again. And we'll see. Susk waiting in goal. Oh, and they back out, try to do a little trickery, but Tampa was not fooled. They managed to knock out the ball, but look at here. Free positioning again. What a great play by Rollins. So they faked it like they were going to try to go in the inside and just do a quick dish. Instead, she immediately cuts out. Tampa does a good job of recognizing it, however, and they managed to knock the ball loose out of her head. But Rollins continues to get the ball back, and there was no defender on the left side of the field, which would have made for an easy shot.
Misdirection is so important in a game like this.
It's really it's hard in this game. There are so many people you have to be looking out for, especially if you're a goalie. It's one of the hardest positions I have ever seen someone play.
Great spin move.
What a great inside! And in and out as they bounce off the pipe.
Right out the post. You'd hate to see such a great spin move go to waste.
Marina Longo want that one back. Tampa, however, trying to move it upfield. Kylie Yang stopped and then goes again, but Claire Swanson now dishes it off. Tampa looking to take it back on inside. They like to do that inside pass, and it's a goal!
Oh!
Man, it just comes out of nowhere, doesn't it?
They got Tanner looking the other way, made a quick pass right behind her, and it was all she wrote.
That's very impressive.
Excellent. That's great teamwork right there, and that's also great by Tampa to cut in behind the goalkeeper when she's looking at the ball.
17-12. Number 9 Rollins leads number 19 Tampa here at Barker Family Stadium. 10 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the game. And we'll do a draw here. Maggie Dougherty will take it for Rollins. But not before a timeout by Rollins to try to regroup a little bit. 17-12. Tars. Now, Cole, here's something that I've been kind of noticing. So we're trying to talk. We're seeing how Tampa is getting so easily inside to make those quick passes. You know, a lot of their goals have been off trying to go through the X. Goalie's distracted. Quick pass, dish it off, dump it in inside the middle. But from what I've been seeing, if you look at this if you look on here on our chart here, we got our free play goals, free play saves. Tampa has only had like 6 chances at free plays. Rollins has 14. The only difference, though, and Rollins has only converted 2 of 12, so they've only gotten 2 goals out of those free plays, while Tampa's only gotten 1, even though they've had far less opportunities. But I think because Tampa is getting called so many times for the free positioning, while that's having a effect, Rollins isn't capitalizing on those, and it's just clogging up the lane more. Sure, you're getting those fouls. You're not getting free open points, though. Rollins has not been getting, or Tampa has not been getting a lot of free play opportunities because Rollins hasn't been fouling them that way. They've been playing very good defensively to not get called on those fouls, but it's leaving way too much open space in the middle.
Rollins has been playing incredibly disciplined defense outside of on the perimeter of the scoring area. However, because of that, as you said, it leaves the area right in front of the goalkeeper just a little bit vulnerable. So they've been diving in as the goalkeeper's distracted. As I mentioned earlier, misdirection is so important in this kind of a game, and Tampa's been using that to excellent effect in recent plays.
I agree with you on that one. And if you were in the shoes of the coaches, what would you do? Would you rather take Tampa's way and foul a lot but limit those inside shots, or would you rather go Rollins and not go with so many fouls but have those open shots kind of getting to you a little bit?
Well, I mean, ideally, I'd just do both.
But you got to pick.
And win.
You got to pick right now.
Right now.
Both teams are doing different things.
Excellent draw control. But I personally think that it's so much more important just to play solid perimeter defense and avoid inside scoring.
Oh, speaking of inside scoring, I don't know why she didn't take that shot. She just ran right through the defense and ran right past the goal. That was Nikki Stump there.
She must have felt she was a little too close.
Maybe I would have done it behind the back right there. If I had the skills and ability to do that.
I probably
I'm sure with the I saw some behind the back passes and warm-ups between both teams, so I'm sure it's possible. Rollins, though, trying to pile on this lead and keep their hearts down. Tampa trying to keep their spirits up.
Excellent pass inside.
Defense on point. Oh, we almost saw a crank. But she loses it, try to hockey swipe it in, which you can't do. You can also kick it. That's how I got my first ever goal in middle school, was because I wasn't good enough to use a lacrosse stick, so I just kicked it because I played soccer a lot. Oh, and the ankle's broken. Nikki Stump gets juked out by Hallie Poplar.
Ankle breakers are ankle breakers no matter what.
And another wide open goal. And Tampa losing it.
They are having fun on this sideline. And they are really pumped.
Defense has got to do something at this point. You know, there's something with the way, I mean, you look at this. Halftime, first half, only 3 goals compared to Rollins' 10. Now, second half, 9 goals compared to only Rollins' 7.
Yep.
Tampa now has that lead. Something's got to be done on defense.
Well, I think it's important because it just proves that Tampa came into this second half with a different mindset. They didn't just want to win the game. They, of course, want to win the game. But your first goal should always be to win the quarter or the half. And then move on to the next one and win the next quarter and win the next half.
Play by play, it's just play at a time. Win the next play, the next play, the next play.
The next play, the next play. Win. Go from moment to moment. You can't focus too much on the end. Otherwise, you get swamped, and it never ends well.
17-13 here. Rollins leading Tampa here at Barker Family Stadium with 8 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game. It's starting to get chilly, but the stakes are still high, and the seats are still warm for both coaches as they try to guide their teams to season opener wins.
As you can definitely see, I had to keep my jacket on because it's awfully chilly.
I wish I brought a sweatshirt. I wasn't thinking. I know they're probably not cold. They've been running around.
All right, let's watch the dive. The dive comes in. Wasn't quite there. Great on Rollins to pick up the dive.
They really like going on X to that left side to try to find the opening. Rollins trying to keep him out of the middle and more in the perimeter. Tampa.
Risky pass.
She got through him. And a goal! Tampa again. Claire Swanson. Who else? Swanson now. Once I find the statistics. With her 4th goal. And Tampa getting closer and closer.
Tampa's only down by 3 right now.
Tying it up. And Rollins starting to get a little shaky there. The girls on the sidelines looking around.
Rollins needs to tighten it up.
I would say we knew we were going to get a really good game tonight. Both teams, great respective programs. Of course, Rollins opened up this season preseason top 10 at number 9 in the preseason rankings nationally and picked second only behind Florida Southern, who's won the conference 4 straight years in a row and was a national runner-up last year, but lost in the national championship. Many believe that this Rollins Ladies Tars team is the only team that can possibly compete in the conference with Florida Southern. We'll see if that holds true or if Tampa can start establishing a new narrative.
Oh, can't quite pull up with the draw control there.
Tampa, oh!
But overshot it.
And if they would have had that pass, if Carly Vaccaro gets that in her cradle, that's a goal.
Well,
Tampa's going to stick with it, though. Moving it out to the X. We've seen this one before.
Watch for the
She's
dive.
going to the left. Looking for the middle, but doesn't see it, so she'll stick it back to the outside. Tampa now. Caroline Forrester. Pressured and almost gets baited into a bad pass.
great closeouts by Rollins.
Vaccaro, though. Oh, slips. And it'll remain Tampa's ball. And we might get a goalie change soon as we see number 31 for Rollins. Claire Barber, freshman, 5'6", out of Alexandria, Virginia. She was warming up on the sidelines. We see all of the girls kind of patting her on the head, probably getting her hyped and psyched up. You might need a goalie change at this point. Tanner has done a great job all game, but has just gotten to a funk right here in the second half. Right now, 14 goals allowed, only 8 saves.
I definitely think she's a little rattled right now. Probably very frustrated and disappointed in herself, but she's got to shake it off.
It's also hard when you're trying to focus on one person in front of you, and then in 2 seconds, you got another person right behind you who just scores.
We've got a free position over here for Tampa.
Let's see if Tampa will build on this. They try a fake this time. They fake going inside. They got it inside, though. Oh, but just barely missing on the left side of that bar. Rollins, no, Tampa wins it. I thought Rollins got there first. And coaches screaming, trying to get Lily Risk off the field. I think they might have had too many. Yeah, they were trying to get a substitution in. They want Hannah Coakley to come in. Oh, and it's on the ground. Tanner, however, makes the save, and that's a great stop by Tanner. And now Coakley, who just came into the game. Fresh legs. Let's see what she can do. She hesitated for a second, looked to try to find an open woman. That hesitation probably cost her a chance to go inside, but we'll see how it goes. German. Passes it back to Hannah Ashton. And in the inside! That's Hannah Ashton. Gets in the game and gets a goal.
Have a night.
Man, I wish I could have a minute turnover when I go on the field to get a goal. I was saying, I normally gotta wait like 3 games.
That is Ashton's 6th goal of the night. She is definitely bringing it today.
And Caroline Gastonguay, the freshman, with the assist there. I actually want to see how many assists she has, because I feel like she has 5 assists. She leads right now, Rollins, with assist.
Definitely playing a heck of a game.
Well, now team shot comparisons are getting closer. Rollins used to have the complete advantage, but now Rollins only has 36 shots compared to Tampa's 33. Rollins, however, is still in the more accurate part, as 29 of their 36 have been on target. 23 out of 33 for Tampa have only been on target as well. Rollins still controlling the draw. 19-11. Let's see if they can get another one here. Speaking of 19, it's number 19, Dougherty again. And Rollins has yet to make that goalie change. Continuing to stick with Tanner. But we'll see if that changes, if another goal is allowed.
Draw
and that
control
lead
by
is
Lindsay Van Beck.
dropped. And Paige Brock, we know what damage she can do. And German. German now. Rollins moving the ball around. 60 seconds left on the shot clock. Brock, spin move. Gets double teamed for a bit. Dishes it out, though, to number 2, Nikki Stump. And Ashton, who just had the goal a little bit ago, got on some of the action, but Brock dished it inside, and a narrow miss by Rollins, but it'll remain Tar's ball. Free position, looks like, if I'd make an educated guess. When in doubt, just call free position down at the goal line. And we'll see who looks to take it in. And a goal!
Callie German. You know, it's always got to be terrifying when the All-American is lined up in front of you for a free position.
Yeah, any goalie would be terrified of a 3-time All-American running right at him freely. Hey, at least they do those shots. I mean, in men's lacrosse, we have our goalies, we have our guys put on the line, and I know women, they take those hits as well, but you got rips coming at, because it seems a lot of these Rollins and Tampa goals are quick little dinks on the inside. You're not seeing it. Haven't seen an outside shot yet. Have not seen an outside shot. Only have been dinks inside, which is it's normal in women's lacrosse. I mean, the ball is very hard to control. You got to get in there. Lots of players clogging up that middle. You want to make sure it's okay and safe.
Yep, timeout by Tampa. And it's that goal was well timed for Rollins. Gives them a little bit of breathing room going into the final 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
That's right. Rollins leads Tampa 19-14. 5-point game, which the amount of scoring we've seen so far in the second half, that's very plausible.
It's completely plausible. But we were mentioning earlier how Rollins needs to make sure they make Tampa pay on all the free possessions. And on all the free positions. And Callie German able to make Tampa pay with that last one.
Rollins, of course, coming off a 14-4 season, 4-2 in the conference, lost to Florida Southern in the semifinals, 23-6. Florida Southern would go on to win it all and would finish second nationally after a loss to Lemoyne in the championship. But the Rollins Tars, even though they made it to the semifinals, had a pretty decent record and even beat another team. I forgot what that team was, but in the tournament, Rollins was snubbed at the end and was not invited. Left a sour taste in coach's mouth as the mantra was clear, as he wants to do anything to win. You know, we tried to ask him, give him any details about stuff, but he just talked about winning and just doing anything he can. We were like, what's your team's identity, man? And he's like, to do anything the defense doesn't think is going to happen.
Exactly.
Well, obviously, that's what you want to do. This man has just driven so much. He really doesn't really give out much, and we didn't learn about that until one of the other assistant coaches let us know that he keeps stuff close to the chest.
Dougherty with a big draw control there.
And Rollins pushes it upfield. Rollins now just running around waiting for their offense to set up and their subs to get in. Nikki Stumpf. Rollins moving it back behind. Taking it to X. And they're going to go for the crease in the middle. It's Brock. Somehow keeps control of the ball and dishes it out to number 20, who dishes out the German.
Surrounded by Tampa defenders on that one.
And that's a wide open. You just got to shoot that. You want those outside shots at least sometimes.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen any yet tonight, and I don't think we're going to see any for the rest of the
It doesn't look like it. It seems both teams' game plan just wants to get as close to the goal as possible.
They've got 90 seconds to work with, so they're going to milk every...
Well, they have 25 seconds to work with. Oh!
But it looks to be a...
There will be a foul, it appears, so a free position. And that was, of course...
And again, this has got to be nerve-wracking for Sis to have Callie German in front of you.
We'll see what Sis does here. The three-time All-American.
And she makes her pay.
The three-time All-American gets past the junior. 19-14 Rollins.
That is
German's. Actually, it should be 2014 Rollins. That's what I thought. They were just a little late on that scoreboard there. And right now, with 3 minutes and 18 seconds, it looks like Rollins is firmly in control now with that goal.
That is German's fourth goal of the night as she just continues to pad on to that Rollins all-time points lead that she broke earlier today.
And Rollins now starting to get a little more comfortable. Every possession now will need to go for Tampa. This draw is very critical in that.
Oh, excellent draw control by Lindsay Van Beck.
Rollins gets it. Van Beck
Moving.
Oh, what a pass. Beautiful dime to the inside.
A great save.
But German
by
couldn't
Sis.
keep it. Again, I'm telling you, that ball, it's that stick. You know, they try to wind up, and it just falls right out of their hands. Or right out of the heads. Ada Field Ridley now trying to go back on defense. Tampa takes it in. Tampa trying to get on the middle. They're going to dish it out on the inside instead.
When Lindsey Van Beck came back, she was pulling up a little lame on that left leg. We'll see how that goes.
Crawford. Rollins chanting defense. But with a good pass in the middle.
Great defensive stop by Rollins.
Rollins did a great job there to negate the inside pass. But let's see what. Oh! Goal by number 33. Maggie Gladden. The 5'6" junior from Berwyn, Pennsylvania. And it's 15-20. Rollins still leads with under 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. The climb is long, but it's possible. Tampa is not out of it yet as their coaches for Tampa telling the drawmen a little plan that they're trying to come up with. We'll see if anything interesting happens here, if they're going to try to do something special. Caroline Forrester will lead Tampa out here for the draw. And cool, calm, and collected, Maggie Dougherty has it for Rollins. Very critical here as Tampa needs to get this. Maggie being chanted by the bench of Rollins. But Tampa gets a much-needed draw. They're going to push it upfield. Wide open! Oh, and what a great save by Tanner. What a save.
We mentioned that Tanner's possible goalkeeper replacement was on the sidelines, but I think
she's going to stay in the game after that one.
I think her hard play has definitely made the coaches reconsider that possible move.
That was beautiful, and that was a huge one there for Rollins.
Watch the dive.
Oh! But it gets past Tanner a second time as Tampa eats closer. 16-20. 4-point game with 1:40 left. Tanner will remain in the game, however. That was a critical save. Even though she let that one pass by her, that's a really difficult shot. It was in the middle of all that scruff, and it was a low ball between her legs. That is very difficult for goalies to make, or to defend. Coaches want players to do bounce shots. A lot of players will just wind up and crank it, try to get it in, make a maybe beautiful top left, top right shot. But coaches really want you to just bounce the ball in. It's so difficult because a goalie, they're not going to know where the ball's going. The ball hits the ground, where's it going to go?
Definitely
it's a lot harder for a goalie to realize where the ball is on the ground. You were saying, Cole.
Oh, it's definitely hard to pick up. Anytime you don't know where that ball is going to bounce, you don't know how it's going to come off the ground.
Taylor Kenley wins the draw for Rollins. And Rollins now most likely take a little time off the clock and try to milk it with 1:25 left. Up only 4 points.
Looks to be Kinley's 6th draw control, I believe, of the night.
And Rollins just passing it around now, trying to take as much time off. They can take about 62 seconds if they so wish, which would all but end a hope of a comeback for Tampa. We'll see if they can hold on for the period. Just running along now. It's just become a game of chase at this point. As long as that does not get out of their stick, and man, I'm glad it's women's, because in this situation for men's, you are getting destroyed. You are getting killed. With this close of a game, with this time limit left, I'm telling you, you're not getting chased. You're fighting for your life. And there will be a timeout for Rollins here with 47.2 seconds left until the end of this game. Rollins leads Tampa 20-16. So Cole, we're almost at the end of this game. I said we've seen women. You've watched a women's lacrosse game.
Yeah.
What's your takeaways from it? What have you really seen?
This is great. I'm having so much fun. I'm learning so much, but I am so impressed by these women and how hard they play. And it's definitely something I could never do.
They got athletes, that's for sure. Both teams, as we've seen great sprinters from both teams. But I gotta tell you, I mean, I played lacrosse since I was in middle school. Played all through high school. As I played summer every year. When I looked at women's lacrosse, I kind of was like, okay, but they don't get hurt a lot. They're not compared to what we were playing. It was not the same physicality. But after we were invited to play a charity game with our other women's lacrosse team, and we weren't allowed to use our sticks, we had to use theirs. It really, really puts in perspective the talent and the amount of practice and work that has to go in to even be able to do any of this stuff at the college level, let alone high school. I mean, I would guarantee you 9 out of 10 people who have never picked up a women's lacrosse stick would have the ball, would not score a goal in the free position area. 27 seconds remain as Rollins just hopes to run out the clock. Tampa just sits on and looks as the entire team is up here. 12 seconds with a foul, and there's only 4 minutes on the shot clock. It's all but over. Oh, and it's a goal! Who else but Paige Brock to end it? And silence put the nail in the coffin of Tampa and send them home 0-1.
That is Paige Brock's 5th goal of the night. Well,
that about does it there. Any chance of a comeback with 8 seconds left? Rollins leads 21-16. And what was already a fantastic game, we see Rollins dominate in the first half. We were talking with our teacher who left at halftime saying, like, y'all might have to be a little more conversational coming in because it might be a blowout. It was like 10-4.
Tampa definitely proved so many people wrong in this stadium. They fought so hard to get back into this game.
And I don't think this is a loss you can be upset about. I mean, sure, you'll be upset about a loss, dropping your opener. No one likes to start off a season in the losing column. But the fight, and especially against this kind of team, a nationally ranked, and yes, Tampa is also nationally ranked, but they are 19th compared to 9. You go against a top 10 team, first game of the season, so you're not in mid-season form.
Their house.
You're still working the kinks in their house. To be able to come back after that big of a deficit, very impressive with me, and I feel like Tampa should not be going out hanging their heads low. And that'll end it, as Rollins and Tampa will go get their goalkeepers. As is tradition in every lacrosse game, you go get your goalie, because that man or woman works their tail off for you.
And Rollins makes up for that loss last year.
Yes, sir. Rollins will add a 6th win to this series, taking it 6-1, and Tampa will have to go back to trying to rekindle that magic that happened last year in their win. I would say, but both teams played a great game today. I would say very impressed with Tampa and how their offense really started out in that second. I mean, immediately. It wasn't even like 2 minutes in, they scored. Doubled their point scoring in the total. 3 goals in the first half, 13 in the second. How does that happen?
It's, as I meant, just mental toughness, man. You got to realize you got to make adjustments as soon as the second half starts and then refuse to give up just because you're down. So strong play from Tampa tonight.
Great performance by both teams. Tampa will begin 0-1, while Rollins will begin 1-0. And for Rollins, they look to feed off the energy of what a great win and a hard-fought win tonight. You don't want to blow opponents out. It'll give yourself false confidence, stuff like that. The Alabama effect, So you blow teams out, and then you face tough competition. You're like, dang. So it's a great, perfect game to start this season. Adversity, it had almost everything in it. You had to fight back, mental toughness. I would say great for both programs here.
Definitely, and I noticed you had to throw that Alabama dig in there. But definitely, I think it'll help Rollins get in the right mindset as they continue to go throughout the season, not to believe that any team is out of any game at any point in time.
Absolutely, and that's what we thought at the beginning of halftime, but that was not the case at all, as Tampa had a great comeback to come back. And even though they were a little bit short, they were still very successful in my opinion, and a great springboard for both teams as this 2019 season gets underway for both of them. Cole, give me a player of the game for both teams.
Well, for the winners, the Rollins Stars, my personal player of the game is number 27, Hannah Ashton. She had a great game. She had 6 goals during the game. Just definitely just diving in, making plays, especially when her team needed her the most. For Tampa, on the other hand, I'd probably have to give that to Claire Swanson. She has been playing so well. Again, well-timed goals, well-timed assists, but it just didn't quite come together for her team today.
I would say both goalies did all right. I would say Sisk ended up with 10 goals allowed to 4 saves, and Tanner finishes the night with 16 goals allowed, only 10 saves. Both teams will look for this as a springboard as they look to continue their season. Rollins hopes to get back to the championship and the tournament for this season, as Tampa will look to do the same. Both have high hopes. Both are expected to do well. I'm Wyatt Wells. Alongside me was Cole Johnson. Thank you all for listening to us, and good night.